All right, we're in the Monster Marsh tournament. We're in Monday's practice round. I'm in my low-level account, so I'm shooting some low-level Tour 4 clubs here. I am going to attempt to qualify today. If I make some serious epic fail, I may back off of it and just practice today, but my goal is to practice. I'm going to be super busy on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then the rest of the week I should have a lot more time. So I want to make sure I get all of my qualifying rounds in and I have plenty of time to practice. So let's go to Golf Clash Notebook. Alright, we're on hole number 2 of the Sunshine Glades. So with my upper level account, I'm going to hit over here and I'm going to backspin it towards the hole. But with my lower level clubs, I'm going to hit from over here and bounce it over, have to do the bounce over. So I've got to put this rough into play. As far as wind adjustment goes, I'm not sure. I'm at max club here. So what I've been doing in the past with my Guardian is I'm at the red lines right here with the navigator. So I'm in minimum club, min club with the Guardian, and that's around 1.7 per ring. And its max number is 1.2. So I've been playing the 1.2, which is a wind adjustment, and then I've been adding on about 10%. And in practice, I haven't been adding on the 10%. I've been working on distance just with the 1.2, and then once I get where I want to set the ball so that I'm right at the hole, then I'll start working on this, on the left to right wind movement. We'll have to see what direction the wind's moving in the tournament. So back here with I'm going to bring a backbone with my lower level clubs. I'm not sure where to start as far as wind adjustment, so I'm not going to worry about wind adjustment right now. I'm just going to do a max number, and my max number with my backbone is 1.2 per ring. So I'm just going to hit the 1.2 and try and hit perfect shots so that I can try and dribble to the hole. Now, one of the things that I like to do is I'm a spot player. So I'm going to put my blue rings, wedge my blue ring up so that my blue ring's right up here against this edge and try and get it so that it's touching up in the front. So it's a very consistent spot. And the reason I like to do that is, so if I work this shot and I go, hey, I need to put on, I'll just pick something. I have no idea how it's going to work out. I need to put on 2 topspin and 1 left-hand side spin. And I know that these numbers get me like right up to the hole. They get me right up to the hole if I'm here. But the next time you come here, if you don't have a spot and you're here, these numbers aren't gonna work. You're gonna end up being over here, and so you're gonna have these kind of targets. And we want to tighten it up so that our target's like this, just over and over and over again. We're in the same area so that we can really try and work towards a hole-in-one. And the best way that I found for my game to do it is to find a spot so that I can wedge my rings up here so that I immediately put myself down in my blue rings, and then I make this adjustment and I go for the shot. And I end up to the left, and so then I can start working the shot. But this is consistent. This is a non-variable. So we want to take out as many variables as we can. We're setting these shots up, and so putting yourself into a spot and being in that same spot every time, over and over and over again, is going to help you start to dial that shot in. So let's go to Golf Clash. I'm still half awake. I do have a cup of coffee though, so I have that going for me. Navigator, backbone. That should be all I need. And I have no clue as to what I'm going to put on or whatever. So, and this is how I like to start the week. I like to start the week with where I'm picking a spot, and sometimes I'll play these holes where I'll pick a different spot the next time and then I'll work those numbers. And so that every round I get a little better and a little better and a little better. The whole goal is to try and peak in the weekend round. Sometimes if you watch my scores as the week goes on, I start off, I don't like to start off on fire is the deal. I like to start off with you could do the rough bump there. The rough bump would be a good shot, especially with the Horizon, because it's got tons of topspin. The thing with the Horizon is that with all these lower level clubs is you don't have any ball guides, so you can't tell how much topspin you need to put on there in order to throw yourself up towards the hole. Because if you're going to do that type of a rough bump, you're going to have to put some topspin on it in order to push it towards the hole. when you've got upper developed clubs, rough bumps are, so I'm going to wedge my blue rings in there. Do 2 topspin and max side spin. It's kind of getting me towards the hole. 2-9. There's 2-4. That leaves me 5, so that's about a 2.5 ring pull. So I should end up, the way the ball guide's going, I should end up to the right here. Hit it great to the right, which should put me even more to the right. And so my distance there was a little off with the 2 backspin. So I need to maybe use 1.5 backspin. I'll make a note here on my notes. Keep notes for your stuff, and it's really important to record your own gameplay so you can go back and watch these shots and really see. It is helpful that Playdemic has changed the replay so that we can see the setups, but being able to record yourself and being able to pause it and write stuff down and then go back and look at it again, especially when you start hitting perfect shots, because you can see how you made the wind adjustment. And sometimes when you're out there and play, you'll miscalculate the wind adjustment, and you can be really critical of your own gameplay. This is another hole right here that with upper level clubs I'm going to shoot it from the other side with a backspin club, but with lower level clubs I'm going to bring it up to the hole like our opponent's doing. And this is another hole here that if you've got ball guide, you can do a rough bump. It's a very thin little rough down there, but you can do a rough bump here. My teammate Kyle will definitely be doing rough bumps here. He's a rough bump fan. This is another way, if you find your red lines are off, what you're trying to extrapolate is like where that, if you did curl, where that's going to end up. I don't think this club has a lot of curl on it. Vipa, 1.9 per ring, that leaves me 5, so that's about a ring and a third. And my minimum club, so it's probably even less than that. Hitting it perfect. Try and bringing it back towards the hole. Little too much backspin. All these holes with my lower level account, I haven't practiced at all with my lower level account, so I'm just coming out and playing. So as the week goes on, definitely work this account to see what we can get done with it. All right, that was hole number 1 of the Monster Marsh tournament in Monday's qualifying round of the Reiki division. Thanks for watching.